I saw that. Guess who's back? Back again. Come on, Johnny's back. Tell a friend. Let's go get him. Call to the pen HQ with the big man. With the big mouth from the Big Apple, Big Johnny Stud, coming to you worldwide from Brooklyn, New York, as always. We coming out the chair, as always, on holiday weekend, USA. And I think it's a big weekend for Canadians also. Canada. Listen, we got time for maple leaves, syrup, and mousse, or meese, whatever you people do out there in between curling matches. Welcome back, fans, to show at MLB absolutely anywhere. Could you tell me, man, I feel so good coming off the day of rest. Hold on, man, it's so funny. I can't help but smile. All the, the interactions and the commenters, the usual suspects. Fire Sports, I see you, Brian Rose, D-Rock, Taco Core, what's going on? All the usual. Jeff L, Insight. That now we're reaching out into the third dimension, Maddie set up the DM chat, and now I'm just watching this stuff blaze around all the time. If you're curious to see some of the action, follow me on Twitter at John Laghezza. If you want to follow the data end, it'll check the sharpener link. And if you want to check the betting end, man, hit up me or Maddie. It's going around the clock right now. These people are absolutely insane, and I love it. So let's do the thing that we do, me and you, the Call to the Pen crew. Fastest show anywhere, right? Okay, we're going to clip off the two early birds. That's what I was like scanning around. I don't know, man. These books are getting wild. So, right, we got two early ones, and I guess we could let that one go. And then we'll do just the whole shebang. I mean, I've been a little bit, I don't want to say conservative or even reticent. I don't know what the word is. Like, you shouldn't be pulling the trigger when you don't love stuff. The reason I mentioned is I've been talking about being kind of more robust, trying to get more plays without risking more, right? And I just haven't. I don't know. Maybe I am a little gun shy. But let's see. I'm going to bring the analysis, with the bazooka, right? First up, it's our Reds, man. How great have our bad teams been, right? You were talking smack about Reds, Nats, and A's. Yeah, I know the A's not winning games, but just the offense has been excellent. Reds first place. They're still like plus 380 to win the division. They're in first place. The Brewers not that good. The Cubs are not that good. I don't know if they get back. Lodolo and Green. Abbott looks good as is, but not so much for the Dream Weaver. Oh, Luke Weaver. It has been a rough go. Cincinnati minus 120. Slight favorites on the road against our Nats. The Dream Weaver has a 7 ERA. Man, that is really rough. 1.6 whip. OPS north of 900. It is very rare a pitcher is able to maintain a starting gig with this stuff. 18% K to 7 walk. 26 CSW, only 20% whiff. He does get ahead, but does not induce chases. 27% O swing. Just awful. Then it's a lot of bad math, right? 41 fly ball, 43 hard hit, 11% barrel is what? Yeah, you, the handsome gentleman in the back. 2 home runs per 9. That's a 350 xWOBA, 407 expected WOBA on contact. I mean, he's a righty, but righties have just destroyed him. 329 batting average allowed, 973 OPS, 2.3 homer, 9. Just really bad for Weaver. He's been really bad. I don't know how long he's going to stick around. Going up against, hey, yeah, bet. Oh, no, it's not happening. I just had that on the money. It's Jake Irvin. I wanted to rock that joke, I guess. 47 2/3. It was a bit up and down. I have to admit, I bit one time. I mean, I think I bet on the Nats F5 with Irvin on the bump. We might have squeaked it out, but it wasn't because of him. Irvin not looking so great. 4.72 ERA, 1.5 whip, 7.31 OPS, but all the earned run indicators kind of north of 5, right? XFIP, K-minus walk, and the Sierra north of 5.4. 17 K to almost 12% walk. You can't do that. 5.5 K-minus BB, 5.5 swing and strike. Yikes. 39% ball rate, only 15% whiff. That's not going to do it. All right, 26 O swing, 94 zone contact. So It's Reds again, right? Reds offense. I think that team total is up at 5.5. Of course, this one is like an over or not at all. You can't really back either pitcher. I do like both of the offenses, of course, but again, the total is just kind of crazy right now. Both bullpens also stink. Maybe we do got to hit the full game over. Remember, this one in particular, Reds last 53 innings. That's a 5.7 ERA, 5 Sierra, 1.75 whip, 9 barrel, 2 homer, 9. Yikes, yowza. Washington, 47 and a third, 6.5 ERA, 5.10 Sierra, 18% K, 48 hard hit, 10% barrel, 1.5 homer, 9. Just absolute trashola. What is it? Can we get 9.5? All right, no. But I'll tell you what. Let's hit the 10 and let's do today's lesson. Jay, today's betting lesson for the day coming up, brought to you by Call to the Pen, redheaded stepchild of the Hammer Betting Network, brought to you by the Can-Am Connection, my dude, Rob Pizzola, the pizza man, bringing you the large round. That's me. Here's the lesson. And it's something I've brought over from trading that has been really, really, really effective. It's been really, really effective. And it's called, trailing prices, reading the tape. And using something like BetStamp, that's that wonderful app that Jay shows you. He'll tell you about it in a little bit. You could see different prices, and since they're not standardized, it can give you a lay of the land, like a look at the land. Right? So we know this one opened 9.5, 10. But now you're seeing majority 10s, a third 10.5. Give you an idea of the directionality, right? I mean, again, it makes sense with the analysis. But to give you an idea of, you want to hit this one at 10 right now because it's closing at 10.5 most likely. Where it might be the other way. If our analysis was under, I would not be telling you to hit it. Because we're moving up, right? Sometimes you got to buck CLV. I'm not saying I don't care about CLV. I just care less about it in baseball. Because unlike football, it doesn't stay on the vine for a week. But that's the real lesson, okay? Keep an eye on the tape. Use apps like BetStamp. Spank has something cool like that too. And seeing the multitude of books and the prices that they offer and the, let's call it top-end disparity, will give you an eye on the directionality. And that will really help you as far as CLV goes, right? And sometimes it does mean bucking the trend. So, all right, let's hit that over 10. I mean, we just got to get it. I've been trying to avoid overs, but this is the craziest offensive environment. The weather is just getting hot. These both pitchers stink, both bullpens stink, and the offenses are my favorites, right? They're my favorite bad offenses, both not even doing so bad. Reds, by the way, 126 WRC plus is 500. The Washington doesn't light up the leaderboard like that, but top 3 in K rate, top 3 swing and strike. I think it's number 1 in zone contact. They have a lot of doubles. They're actually top 3 in doubles, right? See, I think that's one of the things where it gets lost a little bit. And they run these steal bases, so they're stretching first and third, they're scoring from second. All right, next up, after that, over. Man, and you know what? Also, something I wanted to think about. Again, I'm learning from people like Brian Rose out there and Matty Williams as we hash through kind of the menu, right? The pitching prop menu is so extensive, it really should take a village to kind of do this stuff. And to look at the out prop, right? An out prop or an over-earned run prop are both ways to get it. Pitchers, the hot dog shop going at him. Filling those buns, baby. Oh, my God. I am hot mustard. So, it's just ridiculous. Oh, man, I love the crowd here. It's just awesome. But the idea being there are other ways to kind of get at this. Like I was trying to think to counters of the over, right? If I don't like to go over, what could you do? You could look for, right, Luke Weaver's over his or runs allowed, pair it with his under outs, right? If it gets smoked, you kind of get both of them at once. Just kind of trying to think outside the box. Again, I've been a little inspired by Prop Savant and Maddie again, Frankie and the boys kind of, being thought leaders, right? Not being afraid to be different and really get to the bottom of these books, right? That's what they're there for. It's not there for play. It's there to make money. So let's take the over. Let's go up next. Miles Michaelis and the Redbirds from St. Louis under that beautiful gate going to Miami to face my dude, Braxton Garrett. It's almost a no-doubter right now that's going to go down as my fantasy call of the year. After Garrett gave up 11 runs, they left him out there to just get eviscerated and filleted by the house Bolton. Everybody dropped him. I was like, this guy's so good. He's so good. He's not just okay. He's so good. We were talking about during the offseason, Garrett being one of my favorite. let's call it 6th or 7th starters. Again, something that being involved so heavily in fantasy has helped me with betting. People learn the 5 rotation guys. No team gets through a season with 5 rotation guys. You need 6, 7, 8. So when you understand the filling pieces, again, deeper fantasy leagues, or then when it comes to betting, you'll be in front of it. Hopefully, we're doing just that tip of the spear, nuance and context, rate, review, and subscribe, all that good stuff. So it's Michaelis on the road, plus 110, slight dog against Garrett. Just give me Garrett. I'm not buying the Michaelis stuff at all. I know the ERA's at 4.4, whip 1.4. I'm just not buying it. All the indicators are like a full run above that. PFIP, expected ERA, both above 5.25, 7 swinging strikes, 16 whiff, 90 zone contact. I'm not buying it. The fish right now are looking pretty good. It stinks they lost Jazz again. You're not going to see him. I hate being this guy, but I think his season might be over. They've shown some discipline. They're doing, hitting the ball hard. Miami has kind of looked representative as of late. Though I can't get greedy. I don't want to bury the lead. I don't know if I trust him enough to cover up the F5. I will pay the slight juice for the F5 money line, though, Jay. So let's go on the F5 money line for the Marlins. Yeah, if you get a 125, oh yeah, baby. Hit it. Again, we love Garrett. He's been excellent. 3.5 ERA, 113 whip. Who cares? XFIP below 3. Sierra 3.1. 23% K minus BB. K minus BB 23. 13 swinging strike, 32 CSW. 28 whiff on 32 balls, 68 first strike, 36 swing. Just bully metric, killing everything. Swing and miss stuff, control. He is awesome. We love us some Braxton Garrett, 49% ground ball on top of it. Absolutely loving it. The guy's my dude right now. The problem, of course, is the St. Louis offense. They've been much better. Top 5 in average and OBP. They're not striking out lots of long drives, last 500 PAs. But they don't run. They haven't really hit for power. Not really extra base hits. It's a little weird. Not what you'd expect. The X stats a bit better than the output stats. And I think, St. Louis, you're going to see the better end of that offense as the weather gets warmer. So let's be, let's call it conservative and go Miami F5. If you're not the F5 person, I'm looking at the bullpen stats. Miami has the edge there too. I think you can get the money line. I'd rather not, right? I'd rather hashtag we hate bullpens. Next up. Boom. It's Tyler going to the Wells, minus 115 with the Blackbirds with orange vest on the road in the boogie down Bronx against the New York Yankees. And Domingo Germán. All right. I look at such a derp. Me and Jay were laughing about it. We had tweeted smack about Germán. Went through a perfect game. My goodness. What a miss. If you're going to miss, you might as well miss a pick, right? I'm not buying it. There's a multitude here. One, I'm not necessarily buying the skills from Germán. Okay, yes, he's been good. Yes, a lot of swing and miss. However, I don't know when he's been cheating. All right, he has given up a ton of power, a ton of hard hit stuff because his misses are really bad. That's something I've also kind of quantified on that pitching sheet. You could get it for free. You want to subscribe to the cause, go for it, just to help keep the lights on. Again, you get it with the pinned tweet on Twitter. Say that 3 times fast. I added miss percentage, quite literally a control location metric. It's that little center box on Savant. You don't want to be there. 7.7% miss rate for Germán. A lot of times that'll explain a lot of the damage that you see. Those balls generally get hit. That's the 1-7 homer 9. He's been deaf on lefties, righty hitting for power. So I think Baltimore will do just enough. Yankees offense from a disciplinary standpoint has looked better, but I still think I take Baltimore right now with the Yankees kind of missing Judge. Hopping into the bullpens, Yankee bullpen has been excellent. That's what they do. It's why they're winning games. People get asked about the record. That's how you win. That's how you win. They've been excellent, okay? And I don't like the Yankees right now. But Marinaccio and Canely and King, you're fooling yourself. Clay Holmes, you're absolutely fooling yourself if you're talking smack about the Yankees bullpen. They're very good. Baltimore bullpen, also, just not so much outside the 2 superstars. If it's not Cano and it's not Batista, you can get those guys. So give me Baltimore F5. Man, interesting enough, there's a I saw a mixed board. I guess I might have flip-flop a touch. So I guess we'll just go to F5. Jay, while we're showing this awesome menu, I want to give him 30 seconds on this wonderful bet stamp app that we're using to make money on the edges with.
Absolutely, for sure, John. Let me just pull up the graphic here. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. BetStamp is simply an odds aggregator. As you see here, guys, it has lines for everything from F5s, team totals, full games, player props, and futures, and so much more, guys. If you're not using an odds aggregator screen like this, what are you doing? It's just So simply the best way to help you improve your sports betting and help you win. So if you're looking to sign up for more sportsbooks, guys, make sure to use the code that you see on the screen. Head over to betstamp.app/call to the pen. Use those links to sign up for new sportsbooks because, guys, if you haven't signed up for them already, it just simply helps support the show. So if you're looking for new sportsbooks and want to sign up for new sportsbooks, use that link and it'll break down all the sportsbooks available in your state. Back to John now.
Man, that was great, Jay. Thank you so much. I love live TV. Live TV is the best. And of course, now Jay's going to feel bad. He's going to apologize. And no one cares. That's what makes this what we are, man. We are like I was going to say American originals, but, we got some Canadian love here. We are the K&M originals, dude. And I'm telling you, I've been doing this for a couple of years. I don't want to fit into someone's mold. I'm going to succeed at this, being myself, with the people that are into that kind of really genuine, hardcore, passionate nature that I have, or we're not going to do this at all. So, dude, you be you, I'll be me. We're having fun like hell. Insight says Domingo didn't get caught with the stuff in his hands. Listen, I'm starting to like him, too. But also, Insight super sharp to back it up to the Miami game for our commuter crowd, audio-only people. I'm telling you, are missing plus EV stuff in the chat. There's legit handicappers, professional people are in the chat room hashing the stuff out. And it's one of my favorite bets. It's Braxton Garrett under 1.5 walks now. That one is juiced up, but it makes one of those perfect parlay pairs. You have another heavy juice that you like. I mean, he hasn't gone over this in like 6 or 7 starts. Then before they did work 3 guys, then went 3 more before it. So it's only been 2 times out of 15 the entire year he's gone over it. That's Braxton Garrett. So let's move it on. Again, I do like that one. Insight, thank you for bringing that up. I posted that one as well this morning. So we like Baltimore F5 between all the chatter. Now, it's the Bravos and Bryce the Elder, minus 150 favorites on the road against the Guardians and Gavin Williams. Again, here comes that cowardice that I caught him sipping. Oh, man. You know what? You got to listen. I was starting to let you get tell. I was starting to choke up, man. Little Stockton Malone there, you know what I mean? All right, so here comes the cowardice I was talking about. So we got Bryce the Elder, my favorite Dungeons and Dragons character, and Gavin Williams, who really one of the top pitching prospects, in the big leagues, if not like the premier prospect coming in. So it's only been 12 2/3, but I mean 0.71 whip, 280 ERA, like that. Sierra up near 5. I've seen people complain the K rate is not enough. But we have kind of seen he's just shy of bully, but my favorite thing is a 73% first strike rate. That's like as high as it goes. Gavin Williams throws strikes, man. And he hits around the edges. He's been really hard to get a hold of. 130 max batting average lefty-righty split for Williams. Again, full transparency. And I put out all this stuff. So you could grade my work to fade it if you like. And I know a lot of people use it to kind of cross-reference. I've been very lucky in this space, that I've become one of the progenitors with my model. People use my implied team totals and the starting pitcher ranks, all the stuff you get. So I started printing my algo scores just to be transparent. Now, granted, I have Atlanta over Cleveland through 5, right? But the thing is, when it comes down to decimal points, that's where you get into the pricing of the run line. Jay, bring up that F5 stuff in the run line. In the meantime, smash the like button because that stuff matters more than it should. Press the bell because it matters more than it should. Comment if you want because it matters more than it should. Go on Twitter and tag Rob because it matters more than it should. All right. So again, when I see this one, I'd want to be leaning on getting the run from Cleveland, but to have to go up against Atlanta, I think I'm going to leave it. I just can't do it anymore. Again, this isn't me telling you what to do. This is just me telling you what I've done. And man, it is just brutal going up against these Braves. Last 500 PAs, they are number one in runs, homers, average, OBP, OPS. They have a 962 team OPS, 500 PAs. 962, 290 average, 350 OBP. That's a legit all-star. 500 plate appearances, 32 homers, 75 runs. I mean, with 16 steals. This team is an all-star. Number 1 in hard hit rate on both metrics, both sites. 13% barrel, 402 WOBA, 152 WRC plus. 407 WOBA against righties, last 30, 380 X. I mean, it is bananas What Oakland is doing, they just ruined and raped your Perez. It's ridiculous, yo. So I'm not going up against the Braves anymore. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I think the sharp money is on Gavin Williams, F5. I hadn't been buying what Elder is selling, but it keeps getting away with it. Now all the expected stuff starting to fall as well. 2.4 ERA, I'm not buying, but the expected ERA is now below 4. Sierra at 4. Where they were above and I wasn't buying it. The ball's in the ground 56% of the time, 6% barrel, 2% blast, 295 xWOBA. This is Bryce Elder, so I'm going to leave it. But I feel like a coward doing it. I just like to be very transparent about that stuff because I really think Cleveland has the edge. And I never used to fear offenses in 15 outs. I mean, this is kind of my thing. This is my thing going back. If you followed me back in the day, you could really catch me sounding like a true fraud because I would talk about how I never bet totals. I didn't bet totals for my first year as a public handicapper. I didn't bet a single total. No overs, no unders. They're juiced up at -110, so there's obviously no edge. I'm betting things I think I have an edge on that I'm pricing out. I decided runs were too wonky. They're too unpredictable. And I didn't care what kind of model strength I got. And in reality, you see this happen, right? The model screams over. Its bases loaded in the first. You don't get it. The game ends up falling short of run, and that was what happened. You need so much to happen to score runs. You need to capitalize on it so much. Yeah, sometimes you get away with it. Yeah, we understand. But in general, I'd rather go over low totals than go over these games that we assume are going to be carnival rides. Because, again, we did it today, and it could easily happen. Reds game would be 14-11. But I'm just saying. Runs are hard, runs are wonky. And the price validates that, right? I'm not making that up. Next up, the Kansas City Royals with cheese and Austin Cox. Heavy dogs on the road against the Twinkies and Joe Ryan. Not to bury the lead. I think I posted the Twins run line today, full game. The half game was just juiced to the gills. I really didn't want to mess it. But I was surprised here. Again, right, we talk about people often ask you, there isn't really a formula because there's no standardized pricing. But when you start getting near 75 cents, I'm moving to the full game. Especially when it's bringing me on all the way close to, all the way close to even. So I like Minnesota to kind of kill Kansas City today. Maybe that sounds a little chalky. Cox is just going to get an open job. But then the bullpen for Kansas City has been awful. Last 44 and a third, 5.7 ERA, 1.6 WHIP. I mean, there's really not much going on there. Even if you get like a Carlos Sanders who's been pitching late in games, maybe even if you get him early in the game, only getting an inning. So I think Twins are going to stretch him out. That's another reason I want the full game. I don't know what order the Royals are going to go in. Cox has been decent enough. You pop over to the offense. Again, we want these plate appearances. Kansas City offense is just trash. It's really bad. They're actually dead last expected WOBA versus righties last 30 days. That number's at 289. But it's a 286 WOBA last 500, 50% ground ball, 13 swing and strike, 27 K as a team, 644 OPS. They have 8 home runs as a team last 500 PAs. So the only thing they do is steal. It's speed, and that's it. They're not even making contact. 84% zone contact, 36 chase, right? So it's not even like it has like a Marlins or a Guardians feel where they're going to put the bat in the ball and maybe a little batted ball luck, and they're fast and they're pesky, right? That's the Nats and the Guardians. That's the answer. Batted ball luck plus speed equals runs sometimes. Done deal. It will always will. Kansas City is going the other way. If we're going to swing and miss, we're not going to make contact. When we do, it'll be weak contact. It's really bad. And I love Vinny P, but this is not all Vinny P missing. Other side, the Twinkies offense also kind of stinks, but they do put the ball in the air. They are a heavy pull team and a heavy barrel team. So again, those are the things we look for, especially in kind of F5s. Because that's how you score, right? That's how you win. I wrote about this extensively, The Athletic, and it seems like Isaac Paredes is a big fan of mine, right? He's got his knot of a barrel. He's hitting home runs left and right, just pulling his elevated fly balls. That's pretty much it, simple. So Minnesota top 3 in pull rate and barrel rate last 500 PA. So hopefully that'll be the difference and get us over the finish line. Again, I mentioned the Kansas City bullpen stinks. The Minnesota bullpen is much better than that. Then we have one loss last 2 weeks. 80% zone contact, 213 PA allowed. We know some impact arms back there. Capo, OPMG says, went with a Joe Ryan K ladder. Base of 6.5 at plus 100. Went up to 8 and 9, racked out at 320 up top. Interesting. You see, again, me, I'm not right. You're not wrong. I don't know. I'm generally a bit more conservative. If you remember, we had Thunder Dan on Friday. He's more of a prop expert than me at this stuff. And he was talking about, I try to isolate. I know Matty too is into look. I start with the 3.5s or maybe the 4.5s to work your way up. So you need 7 instead of needing 9. But again, Ryan, certainly a candidate for that. 27% K, 23.5 K minus BB, 13 swinging strike, 29 ball, 25 whiff. That's all very good. Plus the bully metric, 69 first strike, 42 O swing, 42 O swings. Bananas. My gosh, yeah, I'm with you. He should rack it up. Counter with the Brian Wu ladder. Let's take a look at that in a second. He's up after this one. It's the Halos from LA. Jaime Barilla, plus 150 dog on the road against Wakey, Eggs, and Blakey. It's the Friar Tucks of San Diego Padres, minus 190 favorites at home. What a disappointment that team has been, though. With Snell on the mound, man, they're really tough. Barilla, who I was a huge fan of, it's kind of started to fall apart. 2.9 ERA is really good. 118 whip as well. However, there isn't a single earned run indicator below 4.5. You got to keep your eye on that. 12 K minus BB, unimpressive. 27 CSW, the same. He does get ahead. He has to do some chases and one in the zone moderately. That's going to be the claim to fame's pressed hard hit, winning around the edges. Been very tough on righties, lefties not so much. Keep an eye on your Padres lefties today. Lefties have a 299 batting average against on the year. Other side, Blake Snell, who's been ridiculous lately. And, that's just kind of always part of his game. So it's Snell, I think you'll go with the trend because we've seen, right? When he's bad, we'll just wait it out. When he's good, gosh, you hit it and you hit it and you hit it. I got 6 quality starts in a row. Only 1 with 2 earned runs. 4 were scoreless. 2 had no walks. The last 4 were double-digit Ks. Mowing him down, brother. William Craig says, welcome, my friend. Hadn't seen you in a bit. Thank you for coming aboard. Why are the Snell props set so low? Jay, bring up those Snell props on BetStamp, will you? Let's take a little looky, though, and maybe I can answer it. I don't know. The strikeout stuff for the Angels not great either. 24.5 K, 14 swinging strike, 34 chase. 82 zone contact. All of those below average or well below average. What? It was a Snell prop ad, Jay? I'm sorry, man. I flipped and you flipped. I'm not sure if that's what Will meant as low, 7.5. I guess 8. You want to get to 8 Ks? Insight with the 3 ball from the corner because he's pitching on 4 days rest instead of 6. So I'm gonna pump the brakes because Snell's a little bit kind of temperamental for me, but it doesn't mean I don't like it. It doesn't mean I don't love it. We were talking about me and Jay are really focused on trying to get this thing into the green. We started off a little loose and we were just trying to find our way. Everything here is brand new. Just me and my dude, the 2-man band here. That sounds like a good way to get exposure to this game. I don't like going up against the Angels offense either. Right now, Trout and Ohtani are hitting, and it's such a disaster. Again, this is 500 PAs for the Angels. Top 3 in fly ball, 43. Top 3 in pull rate, 44. Top 5 in hard hit, let's say 41. 11% barrel. Right, all the things we do. Always try and be objective. Brian Rose says 6 innings, 11 Ks versus the Giants. Woo! He's been filthy lately. Snell has been filthy. Let me just get you the Angels versus lefties. 308 WOBA last 30. Not great, though. 333X is pretty strong. Again, when Snell is on, we've seen the Cy Young stuff from him. He's absolutely money. So I'm always a bit afraid of... Man, Jay's dropped a little bomb in our comments. He doesn't go past 6. Jay was looking at the 18 outs over completing 6. I guess again, what's the juice on that? All right, near that, minus 140. No, you lost me. Although I'll tell you what, you know what I like, Jay? Let's do something a little creative. Let's go over the outs and pair it with the team win. Can we do that? Right? Again, trying to be correlative. with our plays, we know we have a heavy favorite in San Diego. We know the offense has been a bit disappointing as far as looking for a cover. We know the Angels have Ohtani. So if the Padres are going to win, right, should be on the back of Snell looking good. So what's that pair look like? Can you pair them for us, Jay? If you could pair that and get to minus 105 or at the plus money, then like now we're talking. That's something I'll dig on. If not, let's just leave it. I don't want to pay minus 140 for props, man. Pitching props are wild. Next up, I know we got some love for this before. It's Seattle Mariners and Brian. Woo! If you ain't cheating, you ain't tried. Plus 115 dogs on the road. You're going, who's he a dog against? Well, it's Logan Webb and the Giants. Man, this one should be really, really good. This is kind of the game to watch. Jeff is leaning outs over K's for Snell. I got you either way. I mean, he's just been so filthy, and they're striking out. Brian Wu, 4.4 ERA, 1.25 whip. However, why does the model love him? People keep asking me this. This is one of the questions I get. Why? Because the underpinning stuff on Brian Wu is ridiculously good. K minus walk ERA sub 3. Expected ERA sub 2.5. Sierra sub 3. 33% K to only 6% walk. That's 27 K minus BB. 13 swing and strike. 29 CSW. 30% ball. Check. Right across the board. Right across the board. And give you a little bully metric. 67 first strike. 39 O swing for Brian Wu. Plus 83 zone contact. He wins in the zone. Suppressing a hard hit. 29% hard hit. 6.5 barrel. 3% blast. That's a 249 xWOBA. He is really, really good. Really, really good. Let's check out the strikeout stuff for the Padres and take a look at that ladder that's getting mentioned in the comment section. San Francisco Giants striking out like maniacs right now. 26% K, 13 swing and strike, 82 zone contact. See, now, OPMG. Now you got me, my friend. First, so Jay, let's hit the standard if we can get the one that's over 5.5 Ks for Brian Wu at even money. And then I would recommend, I like the ladder for people as well. To double it to get one more K and then 390 for 8. I like that. So we're going to get the best price at 5.5. Yeah, 50 to 5 cents. That's okay too. Again, if you're wondering why, I get this question too. But why are we using BetStamp if we're not going to take the best price? It's like, yeah, okay, here's the thing. I really support it. I embrace the hardest exam. And I know that we have people that listen on the way home. And I know that the prices that we give out in real time as a standard are not always available. So we've been aiming for the second best price and calling that like the market price, right? Because the sharpest players, and make no mistake, that's what you should be doing if you can at any time. Matt, player prop, NBA prop, what these guys are doing. Getting the weak antelope, right? The 1 weak price and attacking it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the right way to play. But here we're kind of doing this bettertainment thing, for the masses. And that's the best way to apply because that is what frustrates the normies, right? It's plus 100. It's minus 115, minus 120. Well, it's been on the vine the entire day. And if you want to bet baseball the right way, the sharper you are, the earlier you bet. Bottom line. Again, the chat I mentioned earlier was grinding at midnight last night, today's props. So make no mistake, people are out there working around the clock. So I like the Wu prop. Let's get that one for sure. Because I want to avoid going up against Logan Webb. Pretty much, he's been excellent, man. The 3.4 ERA, 112 whip doesn't really tell the tale. XFIP Sierra, 3.25 or below. 5% walk, we love that. 32% ball, we love that. He's been excellent, and Webb's a ground ball machine. I mean, you watch him, it's just one after the other. And now that he's kind of added some of that swing and miss stuff, it's been a bit better than we thought. Swing and strike at 9, but 30% CSW, right? He's locking guys up with the off-speed stuff. And then 61 ground ball, just ridiculous, right? 295 xWOBA for Webb. Seattle Mariners offense is supremely disappointing. I wonder what the Webb strikeout prop looks like. Bring that up for me. I feel like Webb is the kind of guy who might get shortchanged for his strikeouts because he's not really thought of as a big K guy. Well, I was wrong. It's listed at 5.5 and it's juice. No thanks. That's why I don't really do K props. Seattle striking out, 25% K, 13 swing and strike, 34 chase, 82 zone contact. I mean, that profile is worse than the Giants. And they're particularly bad against righties. Seattle's we got to keep these in mind. I try and mention it because I know it'll come up in the comments. Seattle is a big time split club. Like Seattle, get after those lefties. When they're facing lefties, go after it, man. The platoon lineup they have there for lefties is awesome. The lineup for righties, not so much. 302 x WOBA against righties last 30 days, extremely weak. 310 standard, output. Let's go. Yeah, Javon, what's going on? Oh, it's Javen, right? We went over this with the Raven. Web changeup should feast in this spot. Grab the over 5.5 Ks minus 112 this morning. Yeah. All right, it's another one too. See, you beat us to that one with the price. Minus 105, minus 110. I'm getting minus 140 is a little bit. I wonder last night it might have been one lower. So yeah, you guys again, the chat just pointing out all types of like plus EV stuff between books. Again, I can't even go over it all. You guys are the best. Most plus EV chat in the game right now, right? We're Sparta, right? What is this? This is Sparta. Colt and Penn is Sparta, or 300. The phalanx goes up every time the new slate begins. This is madness. Oh no. This is Sparta. All right, it's Mitch Keller. Last up, I didn't get any lines, Jay. I don't know if you're posted. If anything's posted, could you please bring it up? I could not find this one anywhere. It's Mitch Keller on the bump for the Pirates against the Trolley Dodgers. I think the market is waiting to see if Clayton Kershaw, right, gets put on the disabled list, on the injured list. I'm sorry. So that's really the hang up. He's going on the injured list. From what I understand, it's almost certain. And it should be Michael Grove. This is interesting, and it gives you an idea of the books' kind of lack of confidence in the Dodgers, and maybe them talking about or I should say, hinting towards the public's willingness to bet on the Pirates. Generally, these would be uplisted under betting action, right? Betting regardless of pitching matchup. I generally bet on pitching, with pitching in mind, I should say. So I want that. You can't even find that, and I think that's the thing, because they got to post the Dodgers as a favorite. They have to. It's like a rule. It's a law of the land. But we'd probably swoop in and hit the F5 run line if we could find it, or the Pirates run line. Because again, if you're getting Dodgers minus 200, like would generally be the algo post against the Pirates, regardless, to get plus money in the run line, we'd want that. So it's really hard to tell. Keller's been very good. As of late, even still, the ERA is a bit elevated, but the underpinning stuff is still strong. He's been excellent. Make no mistake. The thing is, Dodgers offense keeps figuring out ways to do it. And I mean, listen, they preach discipline. So when you have a team that walks and doesn't chase, at the very least, or I should say, generally the contact you make is going to be good. Or at the very least, you're stretching out bullpens, right? You're making pitchers work. You're making them work because you're just not going after their garbage. If they go outside the zone, you let them have it. And if they take a walk, and, we, in this age, I should say, of babying pitchers where 100 pitches is like max workload, every single pitch is a percent of the workload. And I wonder if other people think about that when I'm, hoping against my KE props and stuff. You're like wasting pitch. If you're looking to go under Ks, a guy throws a walk, you're like, oh my goodness, you're wasting 7% of your workload. So that stuff really matters. That was the old Yankee mantra. They don't do it anymore because they suck. But the Dodgers still doing it even with the youngsters. Even though, again, a lot of the output stuff not there. Dodgers 106 WRC plus, last 500 PAs. It's not great. Really not great. 311 WOBA against righties. Just really not great. Just average, but they get it done. Pittsburgh, the offense has been in the tank. So I think last 7, they may have picked it up. I'm not really weighing last 7 too much. But 219 BA, last 500 PA is really rough. So again, that one is what it is. Let's get out of here. What do you say? Let's get out of here. Enjoy the holiday, man. Jay, do me a favor. Scroll us past the stuff we're going after. Again, there's not much. Let me go after this. Let me check up the stuff that I posted, just so I don't leave everybody out. Oh, you know what? Let's do the early ones because I had some stuff. We can add those, right? We have time. I'm over the F5 in the first game. Again, when I promised, I promised myself, right, when I had algo rings that heavy, that I was going to go after them. And I legit just have a ridiculous algo hit. Like I'm nearly 2 runs over on the F5. So I'm either going to look the fool or look the fool, right? If I lose, I look the fool. If I don't hit it, I look the fool. So we got to play it. So let's go F5 over 4.5 in the Houston game. Are there any 4.5s left, Mr. J? it looks like there aren't. Well, it means I wonder if see again. Sometimes you know what? Let's pair the early stuff then. Oh, you know what? My other one that I like is I have the Washington. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? If we go Cubs Brewers, let's pack something together with that last one then, with the other early one. I'm kind of under. Let's go under. So let's go over Houston and then under on the Cubs, and we'll pair those together. Put $2 on that one. Let's go for an early pair for our degenerados out there. I was actually thinking, full game, but I would back either one. I have hits on both sides, but I was thinking full game. Full game over Houston. Let's go full game under Milwaukee, Chicago, and then we'll get out of here. Jay's going to scroll through the menu, today's ticket for the audio-only people. You can always skip right to the end of the show if you don't want to hear my 37.5 million words on today's baseball events. And we're going to be getting out of here. Man, to everybody, right? Thank you so much. I'm not going to get political, but I will tell you this. You have the freedom to sit around and eat hot dogs and bet on baseball. You should at least try and appreciate it, okay? Because things can be a lot worse. So your time spent with us really means the world to us. It really does. Every comment means the world to us and helps us in a very meaningful way. So please rate, review, and subscribe. Press the bell. Press the thumb. Wave those flags, man. Eat those dogs. Enjoy the family. Enjoy your friends. And then we'll do the programming note. Tomorrow's show, 10:30 a.m. I have plans. I can't take the day off. I just don't have it in me because we're going to be off for the All-Star break. I'll rest then. So 10:30 a.m. I'll be pumping it all day. Jason, sorry I didn't mention it earlier, but we'll pump it out on Twitter. Right. No day. Hashtag no days off. Hashtag we hate bullpens. But what's more American? What's more American than showing up to work and screaming about gambling? Come on, baby. Let's go. So thanks so much for picking up what we're putting down. OPMG's going to beat the Yankees game. Excellent, man. Cool. Enjoy. Very cool. Very, very cool. So to everybody in the crew with us through this first half so far, man, means the absolute world to us. Hopefully you're learning some stuff, making some money, making some friends, and becoming part of something, a little bit bigger than the work that we can do on our own. Because, again, it does take a village for all this stuff. So press the bell and the thumb. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the day. When we're done with the book, enjoy that pay. USA, USA. Remember, when you work this hard, it feels a lot less like luck. 10:30 tomorrow. Live covering the full slate, yo. Peace.